Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Final Fantasy XVI and we are still in the process of finishing up all the side quests before heading towards the final dungeon and the final fights, which is of course the Halls of Origin. And we picked up all the quests last time, but when I turned on the game, I saw this. There's a letter with a quest attached to it. Let's see. Maybe even more than one. That's a lot of notes. Alright, let's go through them. A new day. I'm not so foolish to believe that a single shaming at the hands of the town urchins can dispel a lifetime of hatred built up in one's heart, just as a pot cannot be made clean by reminding it of its crime. It takes efforts, persistence, and more often than not, a stiff brush of bucket of lie. But more than that, it takes time. Fortunately, your courage and leadership has granted us just that. We must now decide whether to embrace or to waste it. A wise man once said that the night is always darkest before dawn. It's a good thing that I count one who burns so bright amongst my friends. Lubor. Yeah, the follow-ups of all the quests we've been doing the last few episodes. A note of thanks. My Lord Marquess, I write to thank you for the kind consideration you have shown for those whose names are written within the pages of the Book of Martyrs. I know that it would move them deeply to know that the first shield of the Phoenix lament their passing. Though each and every member of our order stands ready to sacrifice their lives in service of the Phoenix, I do not doubt that those who are taken before their time go with regret for the long years of duty left undone. That they should live on in his memory of a proud son of the House of Rosfield, such as yourself, surely go some way to soothing those sorrows. Alright, the wages of faith. Do you remember what you told me that night at Phoenix Gate? That while the fate of Rosaria sits on my shoulders, the fate of his dominance sits upon yours? Both are we not both dominants of fire? Does not the flame of our forebears burn in both our hearts? Should I not protect you as you have protected me? You have chosen to be my shield, now let me choose to be yours. Is it not what our father wanted, what Sid wanted, to cast aside fate and forge your own paths? Grant me this, Clive. Let me be your strength. Joshua. Alright, let's see if this is a quest, or just like the rest, just letters. Concern for Jill. Through her Eikon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavily on her heart, and we would be poor friends indeed if we do not seek to lighten that burden. Even but only a fraction before we depart for the skies, I would speak on this more in private. Of course.
If Joshua was worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
We can... But there were more letters than that. That which conquers all. Here, not long removed from when last you placed yourself between us and peril, I sit and pen yet another letter in which I try and find the words to somehow express the gratitude of an entire town. Still, something feels different about our latest triumph. Where in the past we leaned ever so heavily upon your good graces, this time we found strength elsewhere. In ourselves. Our hardship has shown us that which should have been apparent all along, that we are not so different as we want to believe. Does a peasant love his homeland any less than a noble? Does a bearer love his family any less than an honored man does his own? It is this love that has united us and given us true strength. Should every thrall, Akashic, bandit and brigand in the realm come charging at our gates, we will not fret, we will not falter, we will fight. And we will win. Isabel. Clive, it occurs to me that a single word of thanks does not nearly suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with from a distance. The tome made me who I am today, and yet I thought that I would never set eyes upon it again, that those who took it from me had forever robbed me of a part of myself, but now I am whole again, thanks to you. I regret that I can only fill in the gaps in knowledge and not the holes in my soul, for which reason I shall ever be in your debt, Vivian. And another potential quest. Making amends. Master Clive, I am aware that there are matters of much great import which demands your attention, but should you find yourself a moment, I bid you a visit in the shelves that I might ask a single favor concerning His Highness, Prince Dion. Hippocrates. Yeah, we cannot leave any quests undone.
I wonder what this is about.
No, Jill is more important for now. And we have one more letter to read. Ah, a fine hound. The two of you have been together for what probably feels like a lifetime now, but there's still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. Aye, he'd step in front of a bloody raging behemoth if it meant protecting you, but that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he just wants someone to pet his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of coconuts. You'd do good to remember that, Karen. Beautiful. Alright. So, we got an entire list of conversations now and quests we need to fulfill. So, let's see if we can find Joshua, because if there's anyone that I find most important, that is of course Jill to Clive. And let's see what he's concerned about.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pop boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
True. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
I don't care to find out, in all honesty.
I can't say my travels ever took me back to Man's Hill. I'm curious to see how it has fared.
Alright, let's go then. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some bandits there that will help us clear the area. Oh, this is really close.
This is the place, but
I'm sorry, Clive.
there's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone in the backyard. To the hideaway then.
Well, if anyone knows, it's gonna be them. Because they've been around plants for such a long time that, yeah, they should at least have a hint on where it is.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't hurt to ask.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen us.
I just hope that wherever it is, that it will still be intact. And that there are no bandits around that we need to beat up first. Because that might ruin the flowers as well.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
All the trouble they go through just to find a few flowers to show Jill, just to lift up her spirit. And in all honesty, it's well worth the price. Alright, it's on the other side. Ah, I remember that place. It's right near where we hunted a very powerful monster. I think it was even a class S, I think. Wasn't too hard to take down, just took a little bit of time. Alright, as soon as we hit outside of town, let's pick up our chocobo.
Those things didn't fight like men.
Yeah, let me guess, as soon as we find it, we have to go back to the hideout to pick up Jill and then take her there.
Ready, go?
Yeah!
The meadows are vast.
Sorry, monsters, we have
do we even
another
start?
agenda to do today.
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Ah, come on. Oh wait, this is part of the quest. I thought I got knocked off my chocobo just because I wanted to look at the map on where we precisely needed to be.
I do. The flowers and our friends. What do you see, boy?
Something bigger? Oh yeah, definitely something bigger.
Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Come here, get away from those flowers. Yeah, you cannot resist my blade. Why did another monster suddenly show up? Why are you two not trying to stop it? Enemy slain. A Minotaur main.
That was harder than I expected. But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
Will it take her there directly? Or do I need to do that?
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Well, you still control a bit of thunder, so you could recreate it if you wanted to. Where would she be? On the balcony in our room? Of course.
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
Not even waiting a response, just saying, let's come with us, it's fine, you love it.
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling.
Yeah, from that moment on, she already loved him, I'm sure.
Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
Don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
A perfect, lovely scene, isn't it? I love their relationship in this game. Doesn't feel forced, at least not to me. Like it's always supposed to be.
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Quest complete. The Snow Daisy Garland and Shiva's Kiss. Diamond Dust Cooldown. Is this the one that I was looking for all that time? Nice. Because it would be way better than the one we have for our flames. Joining hands with Jill. Jill joins Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. so basically our party grows. Like we have Joshua that stays with us, now we have Jill that stays with us, are gonna have the entire hideaway with us at some point. It would make fighting feel a lot easier, I'm sure. Alright, I wanna see if there's actually the one I was searching for. It is. Well, yes and no. Is Diamond Dust the one on top? It is, okay, yeah. That's the one I would want as an accessory. Oh wait, I removed it for the Genji gloves. Ooh. God, it would be very useful because it increases your stagger gauge like incredibly by a lot, and reducing it by 7.5 seconds is again a lot. We would definitely know the difference. Yeah, I want to use it. Because I want to see if we definitely feel that difference in combat. Because yes, it is 7.5 seconds, which does feel like a lot, but is it really? Alright, shall we go back to the hideaway or pick one of the map? The Litany of Errors, Journey to the Badbach Conservatory. Might as well. Because in the end, we need to complete all quests anyway.
Run like the wind.
Because I cannot go to the halls of the origins before completing all the side quests. My mind will just not allow it. Let's hope that once we are done with this entire load, we don't get another batch of 5 or 6 quests. Because so far, we already far exceeded every part of the game when quests are released. And when you are towards the end of the game, it's logical to get a bit more, because you want to round off everybody's stories like we've seen with Joshua, with Jill, and everyone else.
Straight home now.
But I'm so curious where the story will take us. Sometimes it can be really hard to force yourself to wait. Alright, so how do we get up there? Right behind us. Yeah, we need to go all the way around the bend. I don't think it's worth re-jumping on our chocobo. Shouldn't be too hard.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Alright, let's check this building. Wait, there are 2? Oh, of course, we need to check everywhere, so it will pick all buildings here in order to check, because we don't exactly know where it is. I'm just checking the surrounding ground to see if there are any items or chests around that we can use. This door's still unlocked. Do we need to use a key on the other one as well?
I should look around some more before I start breaking down doors.
Oh, we didn't have the key. Okay, that explains the multiple search locations. Potions and sharp fangs. Badach Conservatory, right of incorporation.
Disposed of.
Conditioning a schedule. Today's exercise consists of pressure yard, furnace, and live combat.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
Okay, so it is in the building. Not that we need to read it multiple times, is it? Ah, okay, we weren't close enough. I've recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood. And now I see her everywhere. Today one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile. The smile that she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed by giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them. All those children, so many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer. And so I have decided. Tomorrow, I too must die. It will be the last order I will give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all of those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Yes, find the tree and dig up the registry.
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Badach Conservatory Registry of Barrel Losses. Yeah, there's a lot.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Blue.
Nice try.
Instantly staggered. Yeah, we are actually fighting together with Joshua and Jill now. It's not that we traded one for the other. Perfect. Alright, let's cut him in half. Damn, he really did keep the fire on me. Yeah. Oh, come on. The tombstones were in the way. Enemies slain. Ah, we might still have another level up before we go. A clutch mine.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Yeah, but there's still a few little places I want to check, because I see markings. Spools of steel silk. Alright. Let's bring this back. Let's see where. All the way at the atrium, really? Well, if that's where we complete the quest, we do have a really nice follow-up to Speak with Mid. Yeah, the more we can combine things, the better it is.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen us.
And in all honesty, during that fight, you could really tell that the dust was reloaded a lot quicker. So I think I'll keep it.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may. The bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. And in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Quest complete. And yeah, making a record of all the bearers that we lost and the hardship they went through, I think is very important. Because if you forget about your past, you're doomed to repeat it. Breath of Ice. Mesmerize. So technically now we can have cooldown on both ice moves if we wanted to. No, but one is more than enough.
The realm will hear of Badbach. And I pray that the tale of my fallen friends will spare future generations the horror we endured. Thank you for helping keep their memory alive.
It's the only thing we can do, and I will be glad to do it. Alright, let's head for the basement of the atrium and have a little chat with Mid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems pretty...
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the Cursebreakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the Cursebreakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
I find it curious. We're gonna make the Enterprise fly, which is of course a very Sid thing to do. Will that change the story at the end? If she can make it fly, will we fly it to the Hall's origin instead of using Dion? Curious.
Make an oil down at the docks in Ordil that's as slippery as the sea nasties they render it from. With that and the bone I told you about, I shall be able to finish the prototype.
Oh yes, I will definitely go for it because I am extremely curious about it. Okay, so where are you? And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a big beastie somewhere out there that can give us the bones that we need.
Alright, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Ul Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
So basically we have a long fight ahead of us.
Going anywhere near an adamantus, let alone one that's had a few centuries to let its temper simmer. They're mean bastards, and they only get meaner with age. Why do you think the village of Old Bidza was abandoned?
You're just making me curiouser and curiouser. Okay, so 2 different locations for it. Okay, so this is the dock for the oil, so we go to the other one first. Because beating up a monster? We can do that, definitely. Alright, I know where it is.
Good girl.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious to see how long will that fight be, because if he's saying, like, espousing that the shell is so hard, it's a reason why it lived for that long. I want to see it. Pretty sure it's not gonna be as big as the elementos of Final Fantasy 15. I think there was a mountain, wasn't it?
Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide?
Right in front of us.
It looks like we found him.
Come on, break that shell. Now with a little bit of luck, the other move, yes, there it is, perfect. But I don't think this will get us all the way to 5. Really? Not even that little bit? Come on, get it over halfway there. And this should take us all the way. Oh crap. I thought it was gonna be it.
You're finished.
Enemy slain. Is it gonna give us the shell we wanted? Elementus shell. Nice.
If Mid needs another, she can come and get it herself.
That she definitely can. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna leave the other half of this quest for next time, because I think this is a good time to stop it for the day. We only need to get to the dock and procure some oil. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be as easy as just going there, picking it up and bringing it back to Mid, but we have all the time in the world on the next episode. So till then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we gonna find the all we need to lift the Enterprise off the ground. See you then. Bye bye.